Attention, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids. This is your Grand Admiral Arnold, director of the video gaming division here at the Galactic Empire. And today, buckle down because, yes, we're going to talk about ships, a piece of content that I've been enjoying more and more lately. And we're going to be talking about the latest capital ship, the Raddus. We did an extensive live stream testing the other day, like we do with every single new piece of content. Card at the top right-hand corner. You'll see us do 4, 5, 6, and 7-star testing of this ship. And what I want to do today is kind of highlight some of my personal opinions of this ship now that I've had a good day of playing around with it, doing a ton of refreshes with this capital ship. And I'm going to tell you what, if it's worth getting, what it's going to be good at, what lineups are kind of working, and if you're a Malevolence, Negotiator, or Akbar owner, should you be concerned? And let's just tackle that question right away. The answer is no. If you have a Malevolence or Negotiator, you are going to be fine. Think of it like this. I want to preface this real quick because ships are starting to get a lot of content, which is kind of a weird feeling for us because we haven't experienced something like this. This ship, I do not think is going to be intended for arena purposes, at least as of now, because we're missing a lot of pieces. But I think this capital ship might be more designed for light side Genos and territories, and the finalizer might be as well. But if you're a Negotiator, Akbar, or a Malevolence holder, this ship is not going to cause any problems, at least with the current way things are standing right now. There are a few good things about this ship, but there are mostly bad things when it comes to PvP type of thing. So if you're a free-to-play player or someone kind of doing the long grind, there's not a big panic to get this ship right now. Most likely probably going to need it for Galactic Legends Raid and help with territory battles, but beyond that, it's not a ship you should be probably wailing out for or worrying too much that you might not get it right now because the requirements are kind of absurd to some extent. Weird requirements. I don't remember Ebon Hawk being in The Last Jedi. There's really not a lot of win conditions for the Raddus right now. It's just trying to survive long enough to get to Holdo's maneuver, and that's why when you go up against Grievous, you're able to get this off quite a lot. I have only gotten this to work once. Holdo's maneuver up against Kenobi's Negotiator. We'll explain why it's such a difficult matchup, but I think the thing is right now, a few things. Firstly, we are probably missing, well, at least one more resistance ship. Right now, X-Wing is kind of Poe Dameron's okay. Race Falcon can actually do some serious damage. I'm going to show a screenshot right now of me doing this. I took Ray to Relic 7 because of the Galactic Legends preparation, and she can hit like a monster, sometimes over 200,000 damage on her AoE. But what they're missing the most, as we're going to see, is a way to survive the initial onslaught from things like Akbar and Negotiator, two of the biggest weaknesses for this fleet right now. And the problem is Houndstooth does not quite cut it. And if I had to guess, probably a good chance that they're looking at this Rose Tico down there and they're like, they could probably make a resistance bomber out of that. Either that or Zori Bliss. So probably one of those two things are probably going to be added to it. It's for sure missing at least one more ship of some sort to kind of make this a bit more viable, because right now there's too much mishmash stuff going on. It's hard to survive the initial onslaught from things like Kenobi and Akbar's AoEs and the mass assists. And I want to answer this question before we start some gameplay. Is this viable at low stars? It depends where you are in Fleet Arena, but I'm assuming if you're somewhere where you're seeing a lot of Negotiators at 5, 6, 7 stars, as well as Malevolences, if you do not have this at 7 stars, you are missing out on probably one of the most important abilities aside from Holdo's maneuver, and that is Outlast. Having this dispel all debuffs on all allies is so important. You're going to get bombarded of dazes, buff immunity, breaches, healing immunity. The list goes on and on and on. Buzz Droid. So before we get into the gameplay, the ship is okay. It's not, I don't think it's going to be a top 3 capital ship in the game as of now. It may be just because we're missing pieces, but I'm thinking light side territories, which is going to be starting up here in a couple days. I'm going to be doing testing there. I think that might be where it's going to shine. We haven't really had a capital ship designed for territory battles just yet. This might be that ship. First thing to point out, my rank is dropping like crazy doing all this testing. I was top 10 yesterday, and this morning I fell into the 60s, and I fell again. I did a couple battles. I was in top 20, and now I'm in 33. Don't put this ship on defense. It's ruining my arena defense right now. So let's do some testing. Malevolence, oddly enough, you can beat pretty consistently with Holdo, which is kind of weird because the Malevolence isn't really a fleet you have to worry too much about the beat. It's more Negotiators. But what we're going to do is first battle Kenobi Negotiator. If we could find one here that has Relic 7. Here we go. We got a Relic 7 Kenobi Negotiator right here. We're going to battle this, and you're going to see it's kind of difficult. Now, this lineup right here was one recommended by a very close follower of mine, Daker Malio. They said this is something that's been working out for them. I'm going to showcase this. The fact of the matter is we don't know what the definitive lineup is, and I don't think this is going to be it because we're missing some ships, but it does kind of work. We got some buff dispels, which is important for getting around the Houndstooth. The Resistance X-Wing, the only useful thing out of it is the fact it can pull away buffs, aka taunts, and by the time you get the cleanse from Holdo, breach is gone. You use this and the Houndstooth loses its taunt. The problem is, we're gonna see here, you're at the whim of the RNG gods. Can you survive the first few moments? Because you're gonna get buff immunity, you're gonna get mass dazes coming in, and probably we might lose the X-Wing right here. God, that even if I had the Houndstooth here, we'd still run into that problem. So the beginning start is always the absolute worst. So here we go. At least we're gonna be able to cleanse, get all this stuff up, breach is gone, and at least we can take off that taunt off of the Houndstooth, whether through X-Wing or through the Ebon Hawk. We have a buff dispel right here, so boom, taunt's gone, and we can try to work at Anakin. The number one rule when you're going up against negotiators, no matter what you're doing, you really want to try to kill off Anakin as fast as possible. And right now, we already lost 2 ships. This is the problem that we're facing. Granted, we're using a couple of gear 12s. We do have some relics, like with the raised Falcon right here, but not a great beginning start. And here comes the Houndstooth. Against Negotiator, I haven't found Houndstooth being a great starting ship because he just gets buff immunity, healing immunity, and he just dies off, or he doesn't taunt in time before the AoE comes out from the Negotiator. So, but now we have a taunt, and now it's like, all right, it's game time. Let's try to start surviving. The beginning wasn't beautiful. We're kind of in the slow pace. We have to wait for Holdo to do her thing, and we got to smash these specials. Here we go. First big AoE. This can do some massive damage, as I've shown you in some screenshots a second ago. Big hit. Let's see if we can do something. Boom! You got to get those status effects on Rey so you can smash these Negotiator fools out of here. Rey is not negotiating today. You need Rey to do the work. She is the one source of firepower. Poe Dameron also as well to an extent. But that is the power of the raised Falcon right there. So we're going to try our best to get the Skywalker. I was hoping to kill him off. We didn't get it. We got the tenacity up on Houndstooth. So we stopped the buff immunity, stopped the healing immunity. Let's see if we can go over to this bad boy. It's too bad we don't have any buff immunities right now, but let's go ahead and hit that unending loyalty. He's under stealth. Basically, we're going to try to get another AoE ready. We got to get another AoE ready to some extent and try to whack Skywalker out here. All right, we're surviving. We're surviving. Who are they calling in? They're bringing in Millennium Falcon. Kind of weird to see those. I see a lot of people use Millennium Falcon with the Negotiator. 5 turns left. Let's speed this up. Bring it in, Poe. You need to try to front load as many resistance ships as possible because you need to reduce those cooldowns. We have Foresight, resistance ship, smash the special, cooldowns reduced. Let's see if we can maybe try to get rid of this Foresight right here. All right, and let's get rid of that other Foresight over here so maybe we can get a big hit from Poe. Let's see. Offense up. Well, let's see if we can make a big hit. If we can take out Houndstooth, that'd be beautiful. And 107,000 damage. We had... That was bad luck right there. Look how much health he had left over. We're trying our best to survive. Houndstooth is doing its best. Here comes the cleansing. Here comes some extra protection up right there. We're getting ready for another AoE. Too bad Skywalker has Foresight right now. Let's kind of stall it out for a second. Maybe we can make him lose the Foresight. Let's see. Come on, Anakin, take a turn. Anakin, let's lose that Foresight, buddy. I want to get to you really, really bad. Let's get our taunt back up here. Survivability, ladies and gentlemen, is the key. Here comes their ultimate. Brace yourselves. All right, we survived for the moment. Skywalker take a turn. All right, he's gonna drop the Foresight. Hopefully now. Oh, we don't have our Gambit ready, unfortunately. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's see. Blast her out of the water. All right. Let's see if we can try to get to Houndstooth. It's getting a little nasty, but here we go. Holdo, maneuver. You fool. Deleted. Once you get that Holdo maneuver out, it's good to go. Calling in a random reinforcement. It's intense against these Negotiator battles, ladies and gentlemen. It is intense. Let's go ahead and kill this dude off. Let's go ahead and get the Falcon to assist. Every time you're using one of those deflector or thrusters, you get a bunch of turn meter. Going after Anakin finally. Get out of here. Game, set, match. It's tough getting to this point. There's definitely probably some degree of RNG going on. But so far, saving the Houndstooth for the background, let him just come in as a reinforcement, seems to be the best because at the starting point, he's not being all that helpful. There we go. Relic 7 Kenobi out. Let's kind of move up, do a couple more battles. It is possible, but man, it's a lot easier using Malevolence or Negotiator. Let's try to climb up the ranks a bit more. I'm climbing up to a better rank, but I just want to pause for a second so we can witness this big damage together. Here we go. Big AoE coming in. Boom! 160,000 damage. My goodness. All right, just wanted to stop there for a moment. I'm trying to find a Relic 7 Kenobi fleet in 7 stars, so just wanted to share that moment with you all. Actually, real quick, let's go ahead and smash Anakin out of here. Here we go. Here we go. Big hit, big hit, big hit, big hit. Boom! 107,000 damage. Look at this crazy purple-haired lady leading these resistance into full beast mode. All right, so we moved up a bit, and now we have a 7-star Relic 7 Malevolence, almost perfected with the exception of that Hyena Bomber right there. We're going to showcase that and hopefully do one more Kenobi battle because that's a little bit more important but I want to show you the variety here. Now, against Malevolence, I kind of like bringing the Houndstooth up a bit earlier, but we're going to just stick to this lineup because it's kind of nice, and this really doesn't pull away from anything, with the exception of that Houndstooth being needed for almost every single major lineup out there. Malevolence doesn't need Houndstooth, but Akbar and Negotiator really do benefit from having the Houndstooth with it. So here we go. They're going to do their thing. 7 stars allows them to get the Malevolence out first, get all their buzzies out there. So let's do this. We're going to do a little dance. Spinning always works. All right, we got a stun, but hopefully Holdo can get a cleanse up in here to fix our team up. Boom. Buzz droids are gone, and that's kind of why this works. Malevolence fleets aren't as offensive heavy compared to things like the Negotiator, which is super offensive heavy, constantly getting AoE assists, dazes, and stuff like that. Anakin Skywalker, their win condition on the Malevolence is more surviving long enough to get their ultimate off, but also the buzz droids are so deadly, and that Geonosian spy, which absolutely wiped out our ship right there. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring in the Houndstooth now from our backup lineup, finally bring it in the tank, and let's see what we can do. Let's get our taunt up here, but we got to get that forced taunt off of the Falcon, because that's gonna get be a little bit of a problem. Now, here's the thing I worry about. Smashing AoE against Negotiator makes perfect sense. Smashing AoE against Malevolences has me a bit worried because I don't want to kill off Vulture Droids and feed Terminator to the Malevolence. I'll do it because it's fun, and it's a problem. You do not want... The number one rule when fighting Malevolences is do not kill off Vulture Droids. Save them till the very end, and we broke that number one rule right now. Hopefully, we can drop off this taunt in a sec, or this taunt off the Falcon. Perfect. Letting the taunt go back over to the Houndstooth solely. Giving Tenacity up. Let's go ahead and give it, I don't know. Let's give it over to, we'll give it to Millennium Falcon. Try to get as many stats effects as possible on her. Let's just basic. I kind of want to get that Hyena Bomber out. The Hyena Bomber is my number one priority usually, but no taunt for the time being. Let's go ahead and see if we can do this. Big baby hit right there. Couple more hits. Houndstooth taking punches. There we go. Some buzzies on there. Not too big of a problem. We can usually get the Houndstooth to cleanse those himself. And buff immunity, that's more of a problem. 5 more turns to go. Here we go. Bringing in Poe. Trying to get more resistance ships on the front line. Let's see if we can maybe... We're going to do this. Let's get that offense up going. Losing our Houndstooth. No more tanks. We're out of tanks in our reinforcements now. Let's do another spin move. Spinning always works. I don't want to get buff immunity on them because now we're... Oh, there we go. Here we go. Let's see if we can take out the Hyena Bomber. Please. Thank you. All right, not as much damage, not as much as the 100,000s that we get here and there. I'm a bit concerned that because that early Vulture Droid I killed off, we might be setting us up for a problem. Might be setting us up for a big problem because they might be soon getting that ultimate off before we get ours off. I'm going to do this. Let's do Ray Assist right here. Get some exposes. Beautiful. Let's see if we can kill off Sunfac. Oh, losing to Ebon Hawk. Bit of an issue right there. There we go. They're gone. All right, here we go. I want to kill off the spy. I want to kill off this dude, and hopefully we don't kill off any Vulture Droids. Probably going to kill off a Vulture Droid. Let's see. All right, they're probably getting their ultimate off, but we took out the spy. They really don't have too much damage. We just got to be careful of the Buzz Droids. That's our problem right now. Buzzies, he's going to die if we don't have any cleansing. Let's see if Holdo can get her special off. So I think I kind of lost this one because of the thing I said. You do not want to be spamming the AoEs, and that may have cost us the win right here. Let's see. Was that the last one? We won. Okay. I misplayed that kind of purposely to just kind of show you, do not be easy on those AoEs. You might not need to waste those AoEs, but once that Malevolence gets gone because of the Holdo maneuver, feel free to smash AoEs because there's no more Terminator to feed to a capital ship because Amulet Holdo just deleted it. We're definitely missing 1 or 2 more resistance ships. They kind of said themselves in the developer Q&A post, they said that, yeah, they're slowly building up to it. So expect probably at least 1 more resistance ship of some sort to make this a little bit better, preferably a tank of some sort because the Houndstooth isn't really cutting it for this particular lineup. It's not helping as much as the Negotiator or the Malevolence or the Akbar lineup. And another resistance ship means we're going to be able to reduce the cooldown of Holdo's maneuver a little bit faster. So that's why 1 or 2 more resistance ships will help out a ton. And then the other problem is just being able to survive that initial onslaught and the damage output. Really, there's not a lot of ways to get damage output out of there. Holdo doesn't really do too much. She just kind of sits around and, oh, wait, we're losing. Let's go ahead and do a Holdo maneuver. So I think we're definitely missing something along those lines. But if you're concerned that this brand new Raddus is going to defeat the Negotiator and Malevolence, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Those ships can easily beat the Raddus, and the Raddus has a hard time beating those 2 capital ships. Those two, and the other thing is Negotiator and the Malevolence have so much more bang for your buck. They offer a lot of win conditions. They offer a lot of survivability. They offer a lot of damage output. And those are things that, unfortunately, and avoiding taunts and getting rid of taunts And those are things that the Raddus is currently lacking. So don't worry about the Raddus absolutely demolishing your Malevolence and Negotiator. Maybe that'll happen sometime later in the future. But right now, no big concerns about it. The only thing I can say right now is it might be helpful for light side Genos' territories. Being able to take out those opposing capital ships and all the survivability might be a bit more practical for that. Not every capital ship, not every new character has to absolutely decimate the latest and greatest stuff out there. It could just be good for certain events, but it might be amazing for other things. It might be, oh, just okay for Arena, but it might be more for light side Genos' territories. And I think that might be where they're perhaps going at right here. So that's gonna wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. I gotta say, yesterday was the first time I live streamed ship content. That says a lot, because normally I'm a bit iffy about ships, but there was actually a lot of interest in ships yesterday, and that's a good sign. There's a lot of interesting stuff moving with the ship content right now, and I hope Capital Games continues thinking forward of adding new ships, new capital ships to kind of re-innovate, reimagine how fleet battles can go in that Aphelion Holdo's maneuver. When it does happen, it is quite exciting. Like if you did enjoy the video, ladies and gentlemen, comment down below on all your thoughts, and be sure to subscribe so you're not missing a thing, and I'll see all you lovely people in the next video. Peace out, everybody.